Hey, Snow.
Hey, MJ.
Wow, your hair is looking good.
Well, we have our in-house hairstylist
Yes,
here with us today,
yeah,
and Kat just gave me a haircut.
yeah,
I'm
stylist
looking
here.
fly and fresh.
Yeah,
Hairstylist of the stars.
And
Right?
and we're not even videoing this one.
I know. My new haircut is not going to be shown.
Yeah,
Dang it.
maybe next time.
But it looks really healthy. Thank you, Kat.
All right. So we're going to start this one off. How we started off on Election Day 5 years ago. The cheers,
With the cheer, I was like, you
Cheers.
were grabbing your
Cheers.
beer. Cheers.
cheers, cheers to Mom Donnie
Woo!
in New York, Mickey Sherrill in New Jersey,
Mikey
Sherrill,
Cheryl.
Abigail Spanberger in Virginia,
I don't have to correct you on that one because you said that right. Okay.
Spanberg.
Prop 50 in California.
Woo!
It was a good night for the Democrats. A good week
I
for the
gotta
Democrats.
say, today was a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, and Prop 50, with all the crime that the conservatives are doing now, it's just an answer to what they were doing in Texas.
Well, Prop 50 was, it's the President Trump was allowing red states to go ahead and gerrymander. So Gavin Newsom said, well, fuck you. If we're going to do that, we're fighting fire with fire. So we'll do it in California.
Unlike what Democrats usually do,
Okay.
do nothing.
Yeah. And I, for one, as a Democrat, am tired of it. I'm like, yes, let's punch back. I mean, so to speak, like in the proper methods of punching back.
Yeah, because Trump knows that in the next election, the midterm elections, he knows that they're going to get creamed. So he's like, well, I need to find 5 more seats. They might lose a hell of a lot more, given how. Did you see, it was in Virginia where every district went blue on all the local elections?
Well, here's the thing. I hope I can talk about this without crying too. Yeah, like tears of joy they would be. But yes, I believe it was either the New Jersey or the Virginia elections, or both.
Both.
That you had a lot of folks who had voted for Trump in 2024, and they voted straight up Democrat this time.
Oh, damn.
I know, and that's exactly what I said, and I was also like, I'm like, there is hope. I mean, there's hope if folks
if
like
we
that
had
are
an election.
It's like,
right. Well,
we need to harness this moment and, hang on to it through the hard times.
well, it means, and it also means that people are finally waking up to the fact that he fucking hates you. He hates me. He hates Kat. He hates MJ, but he hates you too. Those of you who voted for him, he fucking hates you. He only gives a shit about himself.
Well, there's no better proof of that than the No Kings 2, where the overwhelmingly support that we had was a lot higher than it usually is than the FUs.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that conservatives are also getting sick of his shit.
Well, and also the turnout alone. I mean, that was the biggest.
Yeah.
That was the biggest one yet. I mean, our numbers went up to almost like 300.
Yeah. That was,
which still sounds minimal, but not in Paul Gosar's district. Okay,
Yeah.
Folks, we're used to only bringing in numbers like around 30, like 10 times less than that. We'll have maybe like 30 to 50 people at our rallies. I think that might have been the first one. We had maybe 50 people who showed up, 50 to 60.
Well, the No Kings 1 during the earlier one was a pretty good turnout. I think that was about 200.
No, I know, but I'm saying other protests that we've had as the Democratic Party.
As the ones
We're
that the
usually
Democrats,
turning out like
Yeah.
30 to 50 folks in this. And so obviously it's showing that in our area, it's not only the blue folks who are coming out. It's maybe some independents and maybe some sane Republicans. I'm not going to sit there and go around. I'm not going to be like our local Democratic Party where I'm trying to get credit for these rallies and whatnot and make them partisan, because they should not be. It should be, you should be wanting to gather in the folks who are sane Republicans and your independents, and it shouldn't be a partisan thing to begin with.
Well,
like, it shouldn't be about that.
Well, on that note, I reached out to one of the Mojave County Democrats. And I was just like, I hope that what you're witnessing tonight, you take to heart and you start to listen to outside people and outside perspectives. And like, oh yeah, we do. And I don't know how much heart I'll take that until I go down there and see if they have their sign-up sheet and the rules and stuff like that, where we have said, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't cap people. It's going to turn off younger people. I need to sign up. I can say this. I can't say that. I can't hold this sign. What happened in New York City should be a wake-up call to every Democrat. Now, Mamdani, personally, I love him. Love him. Think he's fantastic.
And he's cute.
And he's easy
Oh,
he's,
okay.
he's easy on the eyes.
It's like-
I
No, but
declare
that's
that
not what I
we
like
should
most about
change
him.
We should change the saying "big dick energy" to "big Mamdani energy." That's my proposition.
That's pretty funny.
I personally can't see how anybody hates him because he's always smiling. He's always joking. He's really intelligent. He gives great speeches.
He went
will talk to
everywhere.
he'll
He
talk
went to the
everyone.
gay bars. He went to, where else did he go? He was at the gay bars. He was like going and speaking in front of
Did you see?
like,
Did you see the video of him at the club dancing to "Not Like Us"?
Oh,
no, but that's cool. Right. He was in a DJ booth. He was going, where are some of the other like just basic everyday folk places? Everyday folks kind of places. He went everywhere.
He was everywhere.
He went and talked to, I think he went and talked to like Jewish people too.
Yeah.
And like, even though he is like Muslim, and he was like trying to bridge all these gaps, or, you know,
yeah,
like
that's what we need.
Well,
building bridges, you know?
He walked across the Brooklyn Bridge with the Teamsters.
Yes.
Oh.
How did I forget that? That was like the thing that I'm like, I was like getting over clump when I watched that. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm so proud of my union right now.
Yeah. And, you know, truth be told, everybody's shaking their shoes. Oh, this socialist is in charge. What's he going to do? Now, what can he actually do with policies? He, you know, because you're not the be all end all. It's going to have to go through the city council and stuff like that, and funding from the government and stuff like
And
that.
they've already threatened to stop him.
Yeah.
We're going to stop him.
But
We're
I
not
love-
doing
I
it.
love
Even
that
the
he-
Democratic
I
Party.
love that he's unapologetically Democrat socialist. Like, he doesn't try to hide behind anything. Like, he's like straight up like, I am Democrat socialist and Muslim, and you know.
Well, in the big
I do love that,
that's
but
cool.
you know what? I somewhat agree, because I believe that the newly elected governor, the one from Virginia,
yeah, she
said
was,
that we
upset.
needed to drop the word socialist and not use it. I kind of agree, only to the fact that, yes, we should say, I am a Democrat. And just leave. He should be like, no, fuck you. I'm a Democrat. This is
Yeah.
what a Democrat should be doing. A Democrat should be going for, like, you know, you can ride the bus for free to go to work. You know, like, you can ride the bus for free in New York City. We want lower, better housing for the people who live and work here.
Right.
Like, just
maybe we should just be like,
stigmatizing the word and like taking
But,
it back
well,
from their propaganda.
I would love to do that, but I believe that
Just taking
I've-
the word out of the
I've already
equation is the
told
best.
you this before,
Maybe
because
just
I'm
say,
like,
I'm the people's Democrat. Like, I'm
Well-
a Democrat of labor and the people, and
Here's the
not
thing,
corporations.
like, I
which
I've
is
talked to
essentially the same thing as
I've talked to
socialist.
MJ on this. Is like, remember when I always ask the question, but are people smart enough to get it? So that's why I'm thinking, just minus that word and say, I am a Democrat. These are democratic values.
Yeah.
And just be like, no, this is what a Democrat is. A Democrat helped the people. Go back and look at history. Look at what FDR did for this country when we went through the Great Depression. Look at what he did. You can call it socialism. Okay, you can, because he did the whole New Deal. You can call that socialism if you want. That's a democratic value. That's a democratic value that we should have never gotten away from,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
Think
You know, you don't
maybe-
even need to call it socialism. You should say that. So I partially agree with her. And my main reason for agreeing with her to drop the socialist term is people don't understand
like
it.
it's
And they
been-
associate it with
it's
something
been
bad.
made to be like such a buzzword and such like a
Right.
like fear mongering word by the right.
Yeah. and-
Does that mean
and-
wrap it
and-
up?
No. I was trying to interject with a point, but you turn that around and you take away the socialist, and then you turn it into you're focusing on the working person.
Yeah.
Because if you have
Labor
free
Party.
transportation to work, you're going to get to work on time.
Yeah.
If you have affordable housing, you know what I mean? That makes
Well-
your job worthwhile.
Yo, and that's why I'm saying just leave the socialist part out of it, because people are already too stupid to realize that there are things in this country that are socialist, that they actually like. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. These are socialism. Okay, the military. If you're running around with a sticker on your vehicle that says I support the troops, you are a proud member of socialism. I hate to break it to you, but the military is taxpayer funded. So if you support the troops, you are a socialist yourself too.
Well-
I don't know how else to tell you this. The military is a socialist program
Yeah, and another
that we all benefit from.
Another good thing that came out this week is Nancy Pelosi isn't going to run for another term. No offense to what Nancy Pelosi has done
Thank
over the
God.
years, and stuff like that. But no,
No,
what she
thank
did-
you for your service, but
Yeah.
like you're
We need new blood here.
it needs to be
Like,
passed on to the younger
send-
folks. You
send
did a
over the
great job.
torch. Hand off the torch.
Hey, you did a great job. You were a good speaker. You got a lot of shit done in your terms as speaker. I personally thank you, but I am glad that you are going to enjoy the rest of your life.
I'm glad she's not trying to hang in there till the day she dies.
Right.
like some of them
Leave.
do.
Well, and
Yes,
here's
leave
the
and enjoy your life.
here's the thing that did, because Mamdani winning goes against everything. The whole political playbook. That should not have happened. I mean, it's great it did. But hopefully that encourages younger people
Yeah.
like him to get out there and go, I can do this. I can run.
I think that's the most important thing, is being able to just shape people's beliefs and make them believe again that
Yeah.
they do matter and their votes do count, and that it, that it's worth
Yeah,
something.
and take any ism out of what happened in New York
Yeah.
City. What he ran on was very popular ideas.
Yeah, it was fully democracy at play, because like all the lobbyists and stuff were spending money against him, but it was the people
Like,
whose votes mattered who dictated
I
his
know.
win.
Like, I
And
want to
think
laugh
we need
and
to
sit there and
really
say,
latch on to that.
as a Democrat, I would like you to, not that, okay, I'm okay with the term socialist. I am. Like, I'm okay with the term democratic socialist because I actually know what the words mean. So I'm fine with it. But I would like for them to fucking trick everyone. Take it out of there and just say, I'm a Democrat. This is what we do. These are our values. We help people. We're for labor unions. We're for workers. We're for human rights. We're for this. And we're just going to call ourselves Democrats.
and we're going to take
And
the
this
dark
is
money.
what we're going to do.
But the
Yeah,
rest of the corporatized Democrats would also need to follow suit in order for that to be cohesive.
Then let's
Then you-
show them.
They
Let's
should.
give
No.
them the good
Yeah,
example.
then you
Their
primary
example.
against them.
Yeah.
It just happened. Who was the corporate Democrat? Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah.
Okay. He branched off. He was the one. He was so scared he had to run as an independent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he branched off and became an independent to run against his own party. And he
Yeah,
fucking
it's
lost.
nuts.
And he lost big. And I'm glad. And we can all do a round of fucking applause.
Do you think that
Good.
Do you think like Trump? He loved Trump's endorsement at the last minute.
Yeah, isn't that
Oh, I'm
wild?
sure that he did. I'm sure he was like, even though it's like, look, fuckface, remember when you were the one battling him during the COVID times? And you're like, Trump was totally attacking you on all of it, but way to go for like
Just goes to
accepting
show
his
that,
endorsement.
Like Trump has no real conviction. He'll just he plays
And neither does
whatever
Andrew
hand-
Cuomo.
Yeah, like they're both that
They
way.
don't. They're both
They play
scumbags
whatever
that deserve
hand
each
is
other.
dealt to them.
And you lost, sir. You lost. So how did that endorsement go for you?
I just really hope that the people are empowered to know that their votes are what like made this happen.
Hell yeah.
Like voting matters, and everybody should, remember that.
Yeah, and in certain districts, more people showed up for an off-year election than they do for the presidential election, and
Yeah.
that should be a lesson. That should be a lesson to get the 1/3 of the country that sat on their asses last year.
That
And
sit on their fat fucking asses every year.
Yeah.
Get the fuck up.
That-
You should know by now that shit fucking matters. Get off your fat, lazy ass and get your ass
Yeah.
to the polls.
To those people
Seriously.
to those people who are like, I'm just not into
I'm
politics.
tired
There's
of you.
fucking consequences to
You're
figuring shit
the
out.
worst. You're the worst. Sitting it fucking out. Fucking with your face buried in your fucking phone.
People that have no conviction
Fuck off your ass.
are not very respectable. I feel like
Right?
even
They're
people
not.
on the other end that I absolutely hate everything they stand for, I can at least give them that, like, at least they actually stand for something.
At least they're
You know?
participating.
Like,
At least you're participating
It's
in
like-
our fucking world.
just
You're a
freaking-
participant and you're not just waiting to die.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. You're not just taking space up, waiting to fucking die. That's how I feel about it. I'm like, at least you give a fuck before you die.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Honestly.
Do you know in Australia it's a law that you have to vote?
Yes. And I respect
Yeah.
countries like that. You get in trouble and you get a fine if you don't fucking vote. Did you know that?
I
If
kind
you
of
choose to set it out, you get a fine.
I
You have
kind
to
of
pay a
also
fine.
feel like people should have some sort of litmus test to prove that they know the very bare minimum of what's even going on.
I believe that would be
I don't
civics.
know.
I mean,
Like, just
I
the-
agree with
Just
you.
the bare
I
basics.
agree with you, but I also
What's
like with
happening?
that in mind, I feel like we should still have civics in school. It
Yeah.
should be mandatory to be taught how our
Yeah.
fucking government runs.
The fact
You know
that
what I
our
mean?
like literacy rate in this
Yeah.
country is like what, like a 5th or 6th grade level is very concerning. Like that needs to be addressed in order for us to have like better democratic processes that actually represent us, because people can't possibly vote in a way that's like constructive for everyone if they don't even have basic literacy skills.
Yeah, and if you're constantly voting against your own self-interest,
Yeah,
it's just
because
ridiculous.
of the way things
I know.
are worded
You're just
in like a
stupid.
tricky way.
I mean, like, and you're stupid because you're not educated in the first place on what each side has to offer, like what you more align with. If you don't know, that's clearly a sign to me. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later in the podcast, but clearly there's a lot of folks who don't know which side they actually belong on. They're voting on the side that they wished they belonged on. You know what I mean? They're voting on the side where they think that they're like part of the billionaire class and they're fucking not. I mean, it's
Or,
like
like,
you're not.
people that have just been taught through their childhood and into adulthood that like Republican means that, you know, gun rights or
Freedom.
whatever, and
Freedoms.
and freedom, and so that's like
Yeah.
that's the essence of what they know based
That's
on
why
that, and
I
they don't look
always
any deeper into it, and they just vote based on that.
That's
You
why
know?
I always say, I've always said this for like a good 10 years now. The hardest thing that anyone will ever have to do in their life is to question everything they've ever been taught.
Yeah.
It literally is it's a mental mind fuck because you're like, that
It-
goes against everything. If you
it-
really think about it, if you think about issues that you were told and taught as a child, and you're like, your body does the natural thing, because your body is connected with your mind, it does the natural thing of trying to fight against it because that was not what you were taught.
It takes a real act of humility to be able to,
And
know,
it
go
takes
against
critical thinking. Like
everything that you were
critical
told.
thinking is very, very important because you're able to really think through steps.
Hmm.
Like you're like, but wait a second, I've seen what happens when this happens, you know, like cause and effect, all that. That's all a part of like critical thinking and coming to conclusions on things.
Which is the main topic of the podcast, which is, you know, your critical thinking would be like, well, my SNAP benefits are cut off. Could this have anything to do with who I voted for? You know,
Right.
We'll get that in a minute. But first off, before we get too lost and go too far in the weeds on that subject, how was your date this weekend?
I got canceled on.
You got canceled?
I got dumped before the date. Like,
Yeah.
yes, this can even
Wait.
happen to pretty girls. Okay.
Really
You
happened?
to be dumped.
Like, look what happened to Gwen Stefani. Gavin Ross still cheated on her. I mean, like, no. So
You know, when in jail hears this, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck's wrong with that guy?"
I know. I would love for him to make a video about it. That'd be great.
Is
But, like-
JL single?
No,
No.
no.
Never
So
mind.
y'all, we should like stop talking about that part.
Never mind.
You brought it. Way to go, Michael. But MJ, sorry. So no, I had a date. I was supposed to go on a date and I was super excited about it. And so then during our talks, the subject had come up about religion and he expressed how he was like Christian. We still continued to talk, but then like the day before the date, he's like, I just can't handle that you're an agnostic. Like you're like, and okay, so
Jesus Christ.
so yeah, so an agnostic is because I'm gonna explain, because the terms get confused. You know, there's atheists, there's agnostics, and there's religious folks, Christians, or whatever faith you follow. An agnostic is a person who basically simply says, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't understand what's wrong with I don't know. There's a very famous person in history who gets lumped into the atheist column. Although if you read up on him, he was not an atheist. He was actually an agnostic. And that person is Albert Einstein. I mean, like he said, I don't know. There's no proof either way that a God exists or he does not exist. So anyways, like, you know, I get dumped for that. The thing that cracks me up the most about this is like, I don't understand why he didn't. This was an online dating thing, so I don't understand why he didn't in his profile put that religion was the most important thing to him in his life. And then when we exchanged numbers and started talking outside of the app via telephone numbers, why was your go-to like about all the face-to-face conversations you wanted to have with my vagina. I'm like, if like
Yeah.
your most important thing is like, the Lord, our Lord and Savior, like you don't make jokes about God, Jesus, or the Holy Spirit. Why are you telling me all the things that you want to do to my vagina? Like only like 2 sentences into us exchanging
Maybe
numbers.
that is the sacred place.
Did he text that with like Bible passages or anything like that?
He did not. We didn't get to the Bible part until he was talking about how he had a dark sense of humor and sent me a bunch of memes, things that other people created. And I also, that might have also been my doubt. I ripped on him for that too, because I'm like, okay, you're sending me all these things that are like memes that you're just copying, pasting somebody else's jokes. These aren't your own jokes. These aren't original. Like, you need to do your own thing. And then he's like, blah, 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 goes a little further and he's all like, there are 3 things you don't joke about. And I'm, and it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And my reply was to it, I go, are you serious? Is this a joke right now? And then he goes into the whole thing like, there are comedians famous in the day for their stuff being agnostic or atheist who like, and he starts listing them. He's like, George Carlin's one.
George
Wait,
Carlin is fucking
awesome. Right there. Pause.
I know.
Come on
Pause.
now.
Full pause. George Carlin is number one, the greatest of all time.
And if you would have let me finish, that's what I told him. I go, George Carlin is hands down the all-time best,
Yeah.
my favorite comedian. And then he listed a couple other people and he goes, oh, and then he says this part. He goes, and then there's that British comedian who hosts the awards show a lot.
Ricky
And I'm like,
Gervais.
that's what I said. I go, oh, you're talking about Ricky
He's
Gervais. I'm
fucking
like, he is
awesome, too.
fucking brilliant. Brilliant. The most brilliant thing about Ricky Gervais and his comedy is that in one of his stand-up specials, he says, and I'm going to do this poorly in my British accent. He's like, if it's something funny, you have to say it. You have to, no matter what. No matter what. Like, if it's funny, you have to say it. Me and my brothers have this rule. And, you have to, even if it's awful, you have to say it if it's funny. And I'm like, that is the point of comedy, though.
Yeah.
Like, the thing with comedy is it's just jokes and it's just humor, and not everyone's going to like them. Not everyone's going to love every single one of your jokes, but that's the point. Some people are going to like them, and sometimes comedy is there because you tell a joke and it's supposed to piss people off. It's supposed to make you feel things. Whatever you need to feel. And so I went on to tell him, like, we got on the subject of talking about, like cancelization or whatever. And I'm like, I go, well, like, and I kind of stole this from the show that I wasn't even on, but you guys had it. But I remembered what Alonzo Bowden had said. And he's like, with regards to Dave Chappelle. And he's like, Dave Chappelle wasn't canceled. He's still doing specials. Fuck, just went to Saudi Arabia. He's still booking gigs. He wasn't canceled. And it's true. And so I messaged him, and this might have pissed him off. This might be the reason why he just used the religion as the excuse. Because I go, the only person who has ever been canceled in America was Colin Kaepernick. Please tell me which NFL team he played for after the San Francisco 49ers. And even Tom Brady stuck up for Colin Kaepernick. He said that at the time that Colin Kaepernick was also a quarterback, Tom Brady made the comment, there are worse quarterbacks in the NFL than Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is a good quarterback, and he deserves to work. There you go.
Hey. All right. So, Snow, though, didn't you tell this guy that we were doing the Lord's work this week.
Are you calm in the morning, but by noon, ready to snap at everybody? Yeah, I know the feeling. But I found the answer deep in the Amazon rainforest, working with shamans who showed me what real balance feels like. That's where Rage Reset was born. Not some lab-made calm pill, but shaman-crafted plant-powered clarity for high-intensity minds. A precision blend of 13 ingredients that cool the surge without killing your fire. So you can breathe, refocus, and take back control in the moment you need it. Get your bottle today at freewiredlife.com/rage. Kill the rage, keep the fire. Rage Reset by Free Wired.
I did. I told him, before our date, because we still were going to be going on the date on Thursday. He didn't he didn't break up with me. I shouldn't even call it that. We weren't going out, but he didn't break up with me until Friday morning. But yeah, on Thursday I was like, well, I was kind of making a joke to him, like, well, actually I'm doing the Lord's work on Friday, the day before our date. I'm going to be doing a canned food drive and collecting food for people who have been cut off with their SNAP benefits. And he replied with like pictures. He's like, oh, I'm doing that too. And he had like, grocery bags of like canned foods and fresh vegetables. Yeah. So I totally hearted that on his message. I'm like, that's great. I'm glad that more people are stepping up to the plate,
and we should go back, rewind a little bit. Our favorite comic is not George Carlin, it's J.L. Cobain.
Oh, I know. Like, JL, I hope you were covering your ears earlier and you didn't have to hear that. Yeah. Yes, you are our favorite.
All right, so before we get into the Snap story, we'll go out, and because we were out celebrating earlier, and there's a point to this story before we get to the main topic. So we're out at a bar, and
I hate to interject, but what if JL replies back, you guys are crazy. Carlin's my favorite comic too.
He probably would. So we're at a bar celebrating, and I decided to test the theory. What would happen in Kingman, Arizona, if a man went into a woman's room? Restroom. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think happened?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. I survived.
You did it?
I didn't get shot.
You peed in the...
I peed. Yeah, there was no women in there. It was just a single,
So we were at the same restaurant. I did the same exact thing. Because I was like, I had to pee. I tried to go in the female bathroom because it's the first one. You check the handle. Locked. Then I went to the male one. Checked the handle. Locked. Then finally, the first person that came out, the man, out of the man's bathroom. So guess where I went?
So we both did it that night?
Yes, I went in that man's bathroom because I was like, I identify with the shortest line, and I don't know why all bathrooms aren't unisex. Fuck this, we just have to pee.
So we had 2 incidents and nothing happened. The world didn't come to the end.
There wasn't a bunch of orgies going on in there. There was actually no one in there. Like, you could pee in peace. It was great.
What's that line from Ghostbusters that Bill Murray's talking about the end of the world and stuff like that? That didn't happen.
It did not happen. I was able
Dogs
to sit
and cats
down.
having sex together and all other shit.
The only thing I had to do by going into the men's bathroom was I needed to use a piece of tissue paper to put the seat down and then go to the bathroom. That's the only thing I had to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
devil's advocate, they probably didn't expect what happened to happen. So
Right.
they were just being considerate to the next guy that was going to be in there.
Right? That guy walked off so quick. I don't even think he knew that and he didn't care.
Yeah.
He didn't care that I went and used he wasn't out there. You can't go in there.
And truth be told, I don't think 90% of people really give a fuck.
I think that 90% of people do the same exact fucking thing that you and I did.
Yeah.
They're like, if they're drunk and they have to piss, they go into the bathroom that's available. right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a continuation on what happened at the end of the last podcast. Now you can do your Bernie voice, and tell me, because
Oh, I can.
I was
what?
I was frustrated at the end of the last podcast about what had gone down the previous week and my attempts to get a food drive going.
Well, MJ, frustration is good sometimes. It builds character and integrity. You told me to do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
fairness.
takes away from the oligarchs.
We must fight the oligarchy. It's so destroying our country.
Even if that means doing your own food drive.
Take matters into your own hands.
Which is what I did. So I reached out to the Chamber of Commerce and got a booth on first Friday to do the food drive. And I was like, well, if fucking nobody wants to help, I'll just do it on my own.
Right.
Now, Kingman being Kingman, I'm just going to give it to Kingman just a little. They set us up next to the Kingman Food Bank. Okay, or supposedly they were going to set us up next to the Kingman Food Bank. So I took the slot next to the Kingman Food Bank to the left. I mean, I think, hey, fucking Chamber of Commerce put us to the left because we're on the left next to the food bank. But it turns out I took someone else's spot, so we had to move. And I think there was like these two church groups had like taken the spot that was assigned to us next to the food bank. But whatever, we still had a really great spot. And the Kingman Food Bank, the director told me that a lot of people were just dropping off there because of the confusion of the location.
And they
which is
saw
great.
the sign that said food bank. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It all goes
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
same place
It all goes
to
to the
help
same place.
people.
Yeah, so we set up, and I think we did pretty decent. I think it was about above or just about what
Well,
I thought. we could take.
especially when the guy from the food bank came over and told you, hey, this has to be from you advertising, you MJ, advertising, because we didn't do
And-
any
and
advertising
others.
and they keep dropping food off here and we don't want to be rude and say, no, it doesn't go here. So we just take it. But he's like, this whole stack of stuff, all because of your advertising.
Yeah, well,
so
to be
How
fair,
do they not do any advertising? That's so
Yeah, well,
weird.
no,
to
I
me.
know.
no, to be
Right?
fair, 130 people shared my post, and many people made their own post. So it wasn't just me that was doing this. I'm going to be totally upfront about it.
Well, no, I know that, but like from you starting the effort, like,
Right.
I mean, yes, we had a lot of other people who shared it, and thank you to everyone who liked, shared, passed it on, but they would have only liked, shared, and passed it on if you wouldn't have made the original post.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not like I'm trying to just, give you all the credit or whatnot. I get no credit
Yeah.
for it really, but I
Mhm.
mean, like, it's not
No,
like
no,
I'm
you get credit because I would not have done
for
it
busting
if-
your
yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
I get credit for that, which
Yeah.
those are the best kind of credits to get. I'm like, ball buster. Yeah.
No, so I would just let it go, But what you said, I'm like, you're right. Fuck me, fuck my ego, and just do it. It's not about me. It's about helping the community.
Right. But I mean, if you wouldn't have followed through and done all that, there would be no posts for them to share about donating the stuff. And I'm not trying to prop you up either. All I'm saying is, you deserve a back pat for this because, I mean, we have other information that happened that it's like, that's not so favorable about all this. And we're going to get into that. So,
Yeah, and one thing that can be really confusing, and then this is away from, thank you to everybody that donated. Thank you for everybody that helped out. Love y'all. We helped the community. I think we made a small difference. But there's a lot of confusion about what's going on with SNAP, and we learned that on Friday at the
boy,
food drive.
did we ever.
So when we went into the food drive, we had heard that a court said that the funds must be released, and then Trump filed an emergency injunction.
Because he really wants to stop people from getting food.
Right.
It's like,
and
this is an emergency. We cannot get people their food.
And if you were out there putting in hard work this week, delivering food, helping us collect food and stuff like that, this is kind of what you voted for. Just leave it at that.
And you keep
But
getting wrong information.
but
God bless
there
you.
there was a lady who came up to us and insisted that the funding had been released on it, and I'm like, well, I haven't seen that yet, but maybe that happened because I've been busy setting up, the space. I haven't looked at the news for a few hours. That is awesome. So we went in I think we were celebrating too, because I'm like, hey, yeah, great. And then you wake up to find out that the Supreme Court had ruled that no, the pause is still in effect on it. It's a lot of confusion.
There's so much confusion with our media, but it's like, I feel like we should kind of be like, fuck the media, continue to just collect foods that might be needed, because I feel like they could still go to use anyways. Like if people were in need, let's say there's some people who are struggling but don't meet the qualifications to be on SNAP, and they just need a little help.
What your enlightenment this week is, one of the qualifications is you cannot have more than $100 in your account.
And it's like, okay, so if you have $99 or less, then you're allowed to have food. But if you have $101, you're rich, and you don't need help. I mean, it's insane.
That's insane.
It's insane. I mean, I would even go so far as to say, even if a person had $1,000 in their bank account, you don't know at what point of the month the money gets taken out for the bills. So how do you know that they're not
what the fuck?
trying to still survive and get by? I'm like, that's insane. Are these numbers taken off of 1950 prices, or what the fuck is going on? That's crazy to me.
What would $100 even buy you in groceries now?
It's like one single person could barely.
Maybe a single person, maybe a married couple with no children could be okay. I don't know.
As a single person, I spend about $100 a week in food, just myself, no dependents. What the fuck?
I know, it seems crazy to me.
So, and the numbers here. So we get facts out there. 19.4% of Mojave County is on SNAP. On it, 12% in Arizona and 12% nationwide depends on SNAP benefits.
And those numbers seem
low, but
low to me. Especially because Kingman. I'm not saying this to bag on Kingman, but Kingman technically is classified as a working poor town. So even if folks are working, which that's another thing, the stigma about SNAP, a huge majority of people who are on SNAP are also working. They're working. They're trying to support their families. They're trying to feed their families, and they need extra help, because guess what, Republicans? You and your donors, the fucking corporations that donate to you, want to get out of paying their employees more to take care of themselves. So they literally will tell people, go apply for these social services because you're qualified. Walmart is one who has always done this. They're like, well, you won't be able to afford the employees have complained, I can't afford your healthcare insurance. I can't afford for that much to be taken out of my check. Okay, Walmart's answer to this, go apply to get on Medicaid because you'll qualify because your wages are so low. Why not raise the wages then to help your employees who are fucking leaving their families for the day to go work for you.
Yeah.
Huh? I mean, seriously.
Well, I mean, it just the whole thing confusion. The SNAP benefits, the confusion, how the news changes or how the media reports it. Like with the shutdown going on, there was this question about military pay. So I asked one of our friends, like, "Hey, what's up? Is the military getting paid?" And he was like, "I am, but my wife's not.
Mm.
Both work for the same branch of the
Both
military.
active
Both active.
duty.
They work for the
Because
same."
remember how I had asked you, I'm like, well, is his wife retired or is he already? Because I know he's close to being retired.
Yeah.
And he's going to be on our show coming up, so he can go into this in more detail. But you're like, no, both of them are active duty. They're choosing to pay one person, but the other person
Who-
is not being
Who the
paid.
government deems is more worthy than the other job.
So is it because
But you're still serving the
his,
country.
is it because his wife is a woman, like she's not being paid?
No, I think it's more
What
her
the
position.
like what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll still give money to the husband, but
No,
like
okay,
the wife
so-
needs to be cut off.
So this is the point of why I brought that up, is because now that you have military members who are not worthy to get pay and stuff like that, they're going to be relying on these services that we're talking about, SNAP benefits. Now, I think a part of it is what we can do in the community in the meantime. And Kat, can you like explain, because it's kind of a new term to us, and we couldn't really explain it to someone who came up and asked us point blank. They came up and asked us point blank, what is mutual aid?
Mutual aid?
So mutual aid varies from charity because it's more about like a lateral instead of like a hierarchical type of thing, where it's like everybody helps each other and you take what you need and give what you're able to give, instead of like charity is kind of more about like people from the top that get to decide like what they think other people are deserving of, and like, you know, like there's kind of that air of superiority still going on with charity. It usually has a lot to do with like tax deductions of rich people. They can, you know, like get their tax deductions from donating to charity, but mutual aid is more like community helping itself, and it's more empowering because everybody decides like what skills and what resources they have available that they're able to contribute, and then other people can partake in that but also offer their skills and resources. And so everybody is, you know, like enmeshed in creating this community instead of just a hierarchy.
So just an example, like you said, you know, you're the stylist of the show. So say if you were in need of food, you could exchange a haircut for food. Say if you
Yeah,
something
like
like that. I mean that's just an
barter
example.
your skills.
It's kind of to make you
And, like-
feel like, because there's a stigma sometimes on charity, it's kind of like it more makes people feel like they're not really taking charity because they're giving something back. Like it's kind of like, you know, like I need this,
like
so I'm gonna
Yeah.
I need this, but I don't want to just take it for free with not giving something back.
Like
So I'll help
scratch
this
my
way.
back, I scratch your back,
Right.
and then
Right.
we
And did
like
you notice
evolve together,
did you notice
and empower each other.
with
It's kind of like what a community garden is. Like everybody kind of like, you know, like we'll all put certain seeds in, and then we'll all
Yeah.
reap the
Yeah,
benefits.
and did you get the vibe? I mean, I can read people pretty well, that people that stop by the table and stuff like that. Couldn't you tell like they were reluctant to ask for help? It was just a vibe.
There's such a
There was a couple of them
stigma.
where I'm like, I think they were asking like for the information because they needed it, but they're embarrassed. So like that's the great thing about
It's like-
mutual aid.
yeah.
It seems like you don't feel the shame in asking for help because you're
Like-
like, I need help, but I
It's
will
like-
also help.
Like charity just kind of like the whole basis of charity
Which-
is to kind of like create a hierarchy and like a sense of shame around like
And there
needing
shouldn't
to
even be a
access
shame
things. Yeah,
to
and it
begin
shouldn't
with
be.
to ask for help. I mean, sometimes
Well-
people get down.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, just like healthcare, and this is where we don't like the word socialist, but healthcare should be a basic human right. Food
Yeah.
should be a basic
I
human
feel like
right.
a lot
We shouldn't
of,
make people starve.
like a
That's
lot of-
cruel.
of our society's problems would be mitigated if we just actually like took care of each other and created an environment where people could more easily thrive. That
Well,
there would be
I'm,
just by a byproduct, there would be
Like-
a lot less of the problems that we're seeing
I mean,
now.
snow's fleeing the country in
know?
about a year or so.
Well,
But
I'm not.
but-
I'm just gonna travel. I'm not
but-
necessarily.
But
from the
you know, I
country,
mean,
but
it almost makes you think like, should we go back to the olden days where we just go out and farm our own community? You know what I mean? And
I will never. Let's be clear though. I will never stop being an American. I'm an American by birth, and I'm proud of
yeah,
how far the country has come, honestly. But I mean, I don't like the state in which we're at right now, but I am a believer on what we were promised as children and being Americans.
yeah, and
And I want to fight for that.
yeah, and that's one thing like I would like to take back is what I did and we did this week. That's more fucking patriotic than fucking running around with your "We the People" fucking tattoo on your fucking arm.
Well, and I was thinking, it's funny that you mentioned the whole "We the People" thing. So I just thought of this today because I watched there's a great show on Netflix called Death by Lightning, and it's
I
about
saw,
the
I saw the preview last night as I was finishing Monster. Finally, after a month.
Oh, okay. It's about the assassination of James Garfield. And I don't want to ruin the show for anyone, so we're not going to go into it, but I had thought like there's a brief comment that they made about democracy and all that. And then I had thought about all the people who have the "We the People." You guys you take that the wrong way, but when you tattoo "We the People" on yourself, that means that you actually believe in a democracy. "We the People" is democracy. That's all
Yeah,
about democracy.
We does not
We.
mean you.
Yeah, it means every
We,
American
the
that
community.
you are, yes, all Americans. This is a government of the people, by the people, and for
the people.
the people. And that is exactly what democracy is. Okay? That is democracy, folks.
Yeah.
So I know you don't really necessarily believe in democracy, and ironically you tattooed that on your skin. It's kind of like a person that gets an anchor tattoo on them, and then underneath the anchor it says "never sink," and you're like, the point of an anchor is to actually, that's what anchors do though. They sink, so they hold you in place in the ocean, the lake, whatever, right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
So they're very confused, and they look like idiots walking around with that tattooed in their skin.
Well, I mean, fucking, they'll probably
Right.
they'll probably change that tattoo to the fucking when they name the new stadium, fucking whatever, the Washington Commanders Stadium after Trump, if they go ahead and do that.
Trump's balls. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the Orange Bowl is already taken, so you can't use that.
Just at this point, I'm like, just call it Trump's balls. I don't fucking know what else
And
to
I'm
say.
gonna put the Washington Commanders on notice. If you do that, I will never root for your team again.
They're not going to do it. Number one, they're not going to do it. It's embarrassing. Like the fact that he's even fucking talking about a goddamn stadium right now when you cut people off of eating, go fuck yourself, okay? The fact that you're talking about your new remodeled fucking bathroom, go fuck yourself. The fact that you're talking about the goddamn breaking down of the whole wall so you can build your goddamn golden ballroom, go fuck yourself.
And
Go
moving
fuck
to
yourself.
Argentina? Like, what the fuck?
The fact that you gave aid to the libertarian country that is Argentina, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. You're not America first. You're Trump first, and
know
you're
what?
whoever loves Trump first.
And we're funding
although
Israel
fuck
to
yourself.
have universal health
Credit
care.
where
What the
credit is
fuck?
due, though. Credit where credit is due. Trump and this shutdown, they said it's going to extend beyond Thanksgiving. So we won't have to go home to fight with our fucking MAGA uncles this year because fucking we won't be able to fly anywhere.
Still, he can go fuck himself.
You still
Go fuck yourself. Seriously, I've got nothing nice to say about that.
Fuck. God. Fucking just wake up, MAGA people. Wake up. Fuck. And if
I know it's inappropriate to shake the baby, but you really want to shake the
Yeah.
baby.
like if,
Wake the fuck up, idiot.
like if you're spending your time delivering food this week, but you still got a Trump sign out front, what the fuck?
You need to be woken
I
up.
don't understand the disconnect.
I know you just like the way you like all the vile things that he says, because, he's not going to bow down to the wokeness and he's going to say the word pussy and everything, and it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to talk like that.
And my question to that is because we've had a lot of great guests on the podcast this year, and like John Fuel saying, has taught us a lot about what the true word of Jesus is. So what's more Jesus-like? Charlie Kirk's message or what we did this week?
What we did this week.
What we did this week. Exactly. And I get it. It's not on a Charlie Kirk scale or anything like that, but
Well, in Charlie Kirk's heaven, there would only be certain people accepted into it, and you have to have the right skin tone. You
But-
can be orange, but you can't be brown.
But did Charlie Kirk actually make it to heaven, though? That would be a really good question.
I don't know.
I don't
mean,
believe in heaven, but
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm like,
exactly.
does heaven exist? Like some people,
in
I
the
don't
terms
know.
that
Yeah.
I don't know
religious
if it
people
does.
believe in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Would I love to believe that there is a heaven? Fuck yeah. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't love to believe that?
Yeah.
Is it a fact? I don't fucking know.
Now, do I believe there was a Jesus? Yes, I believe there was Jesus. Was he the Son of God?
And
Meh.
that's debatable too, because it's like,
Well, yeah, it was so
I
long
don't
ago.
know. It's like
There's lots of
nobody spoke about Jesus until 200 years after his supposed death. So, like, technically, Jesus could have been multiple people that were, rolled into being
So what
an
you're
allegory.
so what you're saying is
Either
we are
way,
all
I'm
Jesus.
like, I'm okay with like the idea of it as long as it is
Doesn't
for
yeah.
love and spreading love and whatever.
You know
But
what?
as soon as people use religion of any kind to propagate their hatred and control, like that's when I'm not okay with it.
And don't you
know?
think that so I've been thinking about this a lot, and I'm like, especially with just like the whole thing with that Christian dude, like Jesus had to have been the most used person in history. One of my big beefs with religion is being a mere mortal, being a human that supposedly God created. You want me to be able to just follow God, but I don't know. I don't personally know a human man who would give up his son so that he could continue to be the ruler. I only know of people who would give their lives for their children, The only person that I think we have as an example of somebody who would be like, no, I'd rather have my son die than, like I'm giving my son up for the sins of the world, would be somebody like Donald Trump. Why would I want to follow that? Why would I want to worship something like that? Like you, and I know I'm probably like blaspheming right now by saying any of this, but these are questions that I have. Like, I don't know anyone who would ever do that. Most parents I know are good parents that love their children and would never do. Would you give up your life for your child, for either of your sons?
Sure.
See? So I can't even grasp the concept of the whole sacrificing.
I don't think that agnostic and atheist are necessarily contradictory things, because like one can stem from like, what is it that we definitely say that we know versus one that says that we believe. And like, to me, I feel like what I know, I can't possibly know. Like, to say that you know is an absolutist, like a absolutism. And it's like, no, like anyone that claims that they know is
You're not genuine.
Intellectually disingenuous. But to
You're
say
not genuine.
that I believe, my beliefs stand that I do not believe in what organized religion says. I 100% do not believe in Christianity as it is, from what we as humans know. But I cannot in good faith say that I absolutely know that there is nothing. So I consider myself to be an agnostic atheist, and those are not contradictory things. Agnostic stems from that I realize that I can't possibly know exactly that there is nothing at all. But atheist stems from my belief that I 100% do not believe that it is what these humans have said might be a possibility.
Right.
So I don't believe in organized religion, but I'm leaving it open-ended as to maybe there's something that I am not capable of knowing yet.
Right. And that's totally respectable. The only reason that I consider myself an agnostic is because I am like, what is so wrong? And this goes with everything, me doing my questioning. What is so wrong with fucking asking questions?
Personally,
what is so wrong with questioning if it exists, if there is an existence of God or not? What is wrong with that?
Yeah.
If you're the one that created me, why would you be mad that I'm asking questions about it? Why the fuck would you be mad at me?
And personally, I'm okay with the term atheist as far as like what I believe, because like I don't believe that anything that humans have thus far fabricated is even in the realm of possibility of what might be. But I'm still leaving it open-ended to like maybe there's something that we are unable to even comprehend. But as far as like organized religion, I 100% am atheist on that shit.
No,
That's where I'm at with it.
We could do.
Like, I've seen too many documentaries where you guys are all fucking children. Like, I'm done. I don't want to be a part of any of those. And guess what? It is within every single one of those religions. All of you had fucked children before. Like, all of you. The documentaries are out there to go watch. Every single one of you, at some point or another, an aspect of using that religion has fucked children.
Well, I mean, I have extremely personal reasons why I don't believe in, organized religion based upon my own experience with my family.
Well, I do too, but I mean, just and that ties in with exactly what we're saying. It's like you can either have the personal views, you can have the things that you've witnessed, but you can be like, my main thing is like, even if I decided to be a religious person, I'm still, and I told this guy that guy this was like, I'm going to go off what the founding fathers said. Believe whatever you want, but I also believe that God does not intervene with my everyday life. That if he did put me here, he put me here for a reason, to enjoy my life. And I'm not to sit there and wonder every second of every fucking day if I'm doing everything goddamn right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excuse the blasphemy. Sorry, sir. But, like, yeah, making the cross symbol.
North, south, east, west.
But it's like, like, yeah. I'd like to think that he's not. I'd like to think that somebody else made the whole thing up, if there is a God, about how, like, all the egotistical shit. Like, I think that was somebody else's doing. I don't think that was actual God's doing and saying, you must worship me, you must do this. Because wouldn't he know, if he was all knowing, all powerful, all everything? He'd know that people would at least have those thoughts in their head, because they do.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that even the religious folks don't have those thoughts.
Which in reality is what separates us from all the other animals on Noah's Ark, is the ability to fucking reason and question.
Well, and there's also one of my favorite sayings of all time, since we're going into the animal aspect, the quote from Hunter S. Thompson. Well, supposedly from the Rum Diaries. The Rum Diaries was a fictional thing written by him, but he said, human beings are the only creatures on earth who claim a god and behave like they haven't even got one.
Hey.
Fuck off. That's fucking mic drop. Mic drop.
Mic drop. We're going to end it on that right there. But no, thank you to everybody that participated, helped, donated this week. And I hate to say it, I like slept all day yesterday.
Me too.
And
well, we were partying too after.
We were doing the Lord's work. It was the Lord's work.
We did the Lord's work and then we partied.
Okay.
The Lord's party.
And then we sinned by going in the wrong bathrooms.
Right.
But that aside, no, thank you. We're really grateful, and we're going to need more of that. I don't think that what we did is going to end here, because given the news, it's just terrible. So reach out to us. I'm gonna post a couple of links in the show description on if you need assistance, how to get assistance. We won't get into that. We might have somebody on the podcast that can talk more about that, because I don't want to speak to anybody else's work that they're doing on this. I can only speak about what we're doing. So thank you, Snow, Kat. Thank you for being a great stylist, and thank you for your insight. Snow, we will talk to you next week, and we got to work on we're working on the Turkey Awards. It'll be our 6th annual Turkey Awards coming up.
Hey.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
So on that.